Hello everyone, this is Satish Kumar. I'm here with another lesson for Indian economy, and this lesson we are going to learn about the RBI and its function. Okay, so I've already given two lessons on banking. This will also be the continuation on banking lesson. So here we are going to see exclusively about RBI and its function. Okay, if you haven't watched my previous two lessons, I will recommend you to go and watch it. Okay, so the Reserve Bank of India. See, the Reserve Bank of India is the apex institution, as I said earlier in India. It is a central bank. We need to know when was it founded. Okay, so the Reserve Bank of India was set up in the year 1935. Okay, and it was set up on the basis of the RBI Act 1934, and it was based on the recommendation of the Hilton Young Commission. Okay, the Hilton Young Commission recommended setting up a bank, and based on this, RBI Act was created in 1934, and based on it, the RBI was set up in 1935. Initially, it was set up as a private bank. That is very important. Okay, and initially it was also set up in 1935 at Calcutta, but in 1937 itself, it has moved its headquarters to Mumbai, where it is now. Okay. Also, the RBI has four local boards in the four metropolitan cities, that is Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai and Delhi. Okay, and also RBI offices in other places. This is the RBI setup in India. Okay, see, as I said earlier, initially it was set up as a private bank. So only in 1949, after India gained independence, the bank, Reserve Bank, which was private bank, was nationalized. Okay, and then it became the Central Bank of India. Okay. Another point about RBI is the financial year of RBI will be July to June. Okay. See, generally the financial year will be 1st April to 31st March. But for RBI it is July to June. This is because the RBI is external auditor of other banks, which are all having this 1st April to 31st period. No, as a result, RBI only uh, delays it here by 2 months. Okay, please remember this point. Very important. So the RBI acts as some important section related to RBI. In fact, there are many sections. Here I have given some important section. Please try to remember this. Okay, section 7, and this has been at times in news. Okay, in fact, when the RBI autonomy was challenged, and RBI felt the government is interfering like that, no, those times these kind of sections will be discussed. So the section 7 of RBI will deal with the government can consult and also give instructions to RBI to act on certain issues of public interest. Okay, this is a very important section. Then there is section 8, which deals with the composition of the board of directors, because again the composition of board of directors is also very important for RBI. And section 21 deals with saying that RBI must conduct the business of government and manage the public debt. Okay, so RBI will do the financial work of government, financial related work, and manage the public debt, the government debt. Okay, then there is section 22, which gives exclusive right to RBI to issue currency notes. Okay, section 22. These are all some of the important things. If you want to learn, learn more. I felt these are very important. Okay. So as said earlier, no, the Central Board of Directors, which is a major body of RBI. So the full strength that is mentioned is 21, but sometime few may not appointed. Okay. that is, there will be a governor and 4 deputy governors and 10 experts and 4 members from the local board, that is the 4 metropolitan board, no, Mumbai, Kolkata, Delhi and Chennai, and 1 finance secretary and 1 economic affairs secretary, and all these people are appointee or nominated by the government. Okay, and the board is required to meet at least 6 times a year and at least once every quarter. Okay, and presently the governor is appointed for 3 years and he can get a further extension. Okay, sometimes they don't get reappointed. For example, the RBI governor Raghuram Rajan, he was not reappointed. Okay, he served only for 3 years, but government also will reappoint. So, what are the functions of RBI? See, the RBI plays a major role in the economy of a country. In fact, central banks play all over the world major role. In India, RBI plays a very major role, and it performs a wide range of functions. In fact, okay. So the first basic role of RBI is it is the issuer of currency, issuing agency of currency. So RBI will print the money. We will see all this in detail. First I am giving all the functions. Okay, then it is the banker to the government. Okay, so the government can open account in RBI and it lends to government. Okay, so government lends, RBI lends to government. Okay, government take loans from RBI. Okay, take debts from RBI. Okay, that is very important. Both the central and state governments will lend from RBI. Okay, so both the state government and central government will have account in RBI, and both of them lend with RBI. And it also does some the functions of that is the government. Certain we have seen earlier, no, that then the most important thing, it takes care of monetary policy. Okay, that is a very important thing. Okay, and I have written here as credit policy also. See, monetary policy is a broad category and credit policy is one among the monetary policy. It is part of monetary policy. Okay, that is the major difference. Credit policy will concern about the credit supply in the market, but monetary policy includes a wide range of functions which also include credit policy. Okay, monetary policy will include credit policy also. So monetary policy is a wide area. That is the difference between monetary policy and credit policy. So part of achieving monetary policy is also inflation targeting. Okay, inflation, how, what. Recently inflation targeting is set up and given to RBI. Okay, since 2015, and it is also, RBI is the apex bank. It is the regulator of all banks. In fact, majority of the financial institutions are also regulated by RBI, and as a result, see, like all the banks have to have an account with RBI. Okay, it is also the lender of last resort. That is, most of the banks know they will lend with RBI when they are not short of money and in critical times. Okay, so RBI lends to bank. So it is banker of banks. That is what it means, banker of bank. Okay, it also look after the exchange rate management. That is the foreign currency that is coming into India and the Indian currency. The exchange, how it is done smoothly, whether it is smoothly done or not, it takes care of it. It also maintains the holds the foreign exchange reserve. Okay, so that is another very important function. It also acts as a representative or agent of Government of India while meeting International Monetary Fund or World Bank, international institutions, regarding any function related to finance. Okay, any function related to economy. Okay, and it also perform wide variety of other developmental promotional functions. Okay, and RBI also uh, then and there releases some report about the condition of economy and other things like inflation and other things, right? So these are all the major functions of RBI. Now we will see the important functions in detail. Okay, like monetary policy, issuing of currency, and those things. Okay, first, issuing of currency, we'll see, as I said earlier, RBI is the sole authority of issuing of currency. As a result, RBI prints the rupee note in India, except 1 rupee note, which is printed by um, the finance ministry. Otherwise, all other notes are printed by RBI. Okay, and please remember, the coin is also not the coin is not minted by RBI. RBI does only printing of currency. The coin is minted by again the finance ministry. Okay, the 1 rupee note and the coins are done by financial secretary of Ministry of Finance. Okay, so please remember this point. RBI is only issuing currency and not, but it will issue the currency coin also, but the coin is minted by Ministry of Finance. Please remember this difference. Okay, RBI issue currency, RBI both coins and rupee note, that is paper and coins. Okay, note. Uh, but RBI only print the note, and that too, the 1 rupee note is it is not printing. All other notes RBI is printing. Okay, it has exclusive right. Then the coins are minted by the Ministry of Finance. Okay, this is very important, and it could issue note to the maximum value of 10,000 rupees. Very important point. Okay, and the maximum value of the coin should be 1,000 rupees. That is the present condition. I don't think we have ever seen a 1,000 rupees coin or a 10,000 rupee note. We have seen up to 2,000 note. Okay, so it issues money when money is to be replaced, like wasted or spoiled. In fact, when demonetization also, it has issued new currencies. Okay, and for also some time to avoid security reason, when certain notes will have some security, and if the security is compromised, it will issue new currencies. Okay, so these are all the times when RBI issues money. See, um, at present, this Mahatma Gandhi new series of note was introduced in 2016 after the demonetization in November 2016. Okay, the new series of Mahatma Gandhi note. Initially, only 500 and 1,000 rupees were issued by RBI, but later they issued all the notes, like 5 rupee, 10 rupee, 20 rupee, uh, 10 rupee, 20 rupee, 50 rupee, 100 rupee, 200 rupee, 500 rupee, and 2000 rupee. All these, and all these in the front there will be Mahatma Gandhi. That is why it is called Mahatma Gandhi New Series note. On the reverse back side, no, each note has certain features. In fact, please try to study those things and remember those things. There's maybe some question related to it. I don't know how whether UPC is asking such a question, but try to remember this. Okay, the 10 rupee note will have bigger, the reverse side is Konark Sun Temple. The 20 rupees will have Ellora Caves. The 50 rupee will have Hampi with a chariot. Okay, and the 100 rupee will have Rani Ki Vav, and the 200 rupee will have Sanchi Stupa. 500 rupee will have Red Fort, and the 2000 rupee will have Mangalyan. You could see the note that you are holding in your hand, and you could see all those things there. Okay, and the reverse side will also have the logo of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Okay, the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan that the government released, no, the Clean India Mission, that logo, that is the glass of, I think it is a glass of Gandhi. Okay, that it will be there. That logo will also be there. Please remove these kind of points. Okay, and the RB will also have 17 languages. Okay, in the front, Hindi and English will be there. The value of the rupee will be written in 17 languages. In the front, Indian Indian English will be there, and in the reverse side, 15 of languages are there. Okay, all you could see if you have a rupee note, new 220 or 10 rupee note or a 100 rupee note, you could see all those things. They are there. Okay. So not all the 22 languages. Sometimes questions like this could be asked. They may say that all the 22 official languages. Presently we have 22 official languages. No, not all the 22 official languages are there. Only 17 languages are there. Okay, please remember these kind of points. So the notes are printed in four places in India. One is two places. One is Devas in Madhya Pradesh, Nasik in Maharashtra, and both these are places are Security Printing and Minting Corporation of India Limited, which is owned by the government. Okay, and it is also printed in the notes are also printed in Mysore and Salbani, and here it is printed by the Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Limited, and this company is owned by RBI. Please remember this point. Okay, then the coins are minted in Mumbai, Alipur, Hyderabad and Noida. These are all the places the coins are minted. Some basic information, some factual information. UPC is about both facts and uh, concepts. We also need to have some ideas, some concepts, some facts. Second, it is a banker of government. So as a banker of government, it maintains the debts of government, and it also lend uh, uh, to government. It also does a lot of work of government. Okay, see, the government, if it wants money, no, if it wants to raise funds, no, the government will issue government securities known as G securities. Okay, and these are all two types based on the maturity. If up to one period maturity period the government securities, it is treasury bills. If it is more than a year bill, no, it is called dated securities. So government of India issued two types of securities. One is treasury bill and another is dated securities to raise funds. Okay, and government only prints the security, but the issue these securities, but the sale of the work, that raising of the fund is done by RBI. Okay, RBI does. RBI goes to the market or the bank to sell these things. Okay, and see, if the government is issuing 100 bonds, 100 G securities, and it want to raise funds from it. Okay, but RBI, while selling that, finds only there are only 80 people who could take that government securities. In such a case, the balance 20 securities will be brought by the RBI itself. So that is how the RBI lends to government. Okay, so if the government wants to raise suddenly money, it could issue securities and give it to the RBI and take the money from RBI. So that is how RBI lends to the government. Okay. See, similarly, the state banks, state government also could raise debt. Okay, issuing securities, but it is not called G securities. It is called state developmental loans. Okay. See, the central government's debt are two types of debt. That is internal debt, which RBI maintains. Okay, RBI being maintaining debt of government. But there is also external debt, which is taken care by the finance ministry. Okay, so there is these two functions, and the debt function was carried by both RBI and finance ministry. Okay, to solve this problem, the government has decided to set up a new organization called PDMA, or Public Debt Management Authority, which will look after both these things, and RBI will be relieved from this function. Okay, but it cannot be done so hastily. It has to have some transition period. As a result, the government has set up a public debt management cell in 2016, and this will look after this transition, and eventually this will become the public debt management authority. Okay, so eventually the both these functions will be clubbed under this particular public debt management authority, and RBI will be relieved of the maintaining debt of the government. Okay, so then RBI is the monetary policy. They are the people who announce monetary policy, RBI. Okay, fiscal policy is by government, monetary policy is by RBI. Okay, so what is monetary policy? See, these are monetary policy is monetary instruments that are used by RBI to regulate the money supply to the economy, generally to regulate the conditions of economy. Okay, they will regulate the interest rate, they will regulate the amount of money supply, the availability of credit. So all these are done by RBI for the purpose of achieving the objective, prudent economic objective, that is the growth. Okay, sound economic system. So for this purpose, RBI announces the monetary policy. It has certain monetary instruments, and today we will learn all those monetary instruments. What are all the instruments that RBI has? Okay, the that interest rate change, or money, how it increases the money supply, how it increases the availability of credit, or how it reduces the availability of credit. All this we will learn today. Okay, so as I said, no, these things it will achieve by modifying the interest rate. Okay, or buying or selling of government bonds. See, when the economy is having too much of money, no, the RBI will either in fact RBI will increase the interest rate. When RBI increase the interest rate, the credit lending of the bank will also increase the interest rate. As a result, people will not lend more. So as a result, there will be less money supply. That is how RBI does these things. Okay, we will see all those things later here. Okay. Similarly, when there is too much of money supply in the economy, if the RBI wants to suck those money, take some money, it will issue the government, it will sell the government bonds. As a result, the money will be taken by RBI. Okay, the excess money in the economy will be taken. Okay, so this is how RBI will also achieve the inflation targets. Okay, inflation is nothing but an excess of money supply. Okay, and the fall of money rupee. So this function is done by RBI. Okay. See, generally in India, there is a tradition of announcing the monetary policy twice in a financial year, uh, before the starting of a busy season and a slack season. But in the reform period, that is after 1990s, no, this tradition has been broken, and now RBI will announce the monetary policy accordingly to the requirement of the economy. Okay, so I have already said what is credit policy, which is part of our RBI's monetary policy. Okay, so generally it will decide, RBI decide what will be the rate of interest at which credit is given to bank. Okay, so RBI does the monetary policy of the RBI announced. No, I said no. The work is carried out by a committee called Monetary Policy Committee, and this was set up recently. Okay, in 2016. Before that, there was committee which issued the monetary policy, but now in 2016 a new setup came. So we need to know what it is. Okay, so the Act of 1930 was amended in 2016, and with this amendment, by the section 45 EZB, the Monetary Policy Committee was set up. Okay, and it is given the responsibility of deciding the different policy rate like repo rate, reverse repo rate, and other things, right? CRR, SLR, MSF, marginal standing facility, liquidity adjustment facility, and all these things. Okay, so the monetary policy committee is the primary it will announce the monetary policy. Okay, it will take decisions regarding the monetary policy. So the committee will have 6 members, the monetary policy committee, and among the 6 members, 3 members are from RBI, and the other 3 members will be appointed by the government. Okay, and the people who are appointed by the government, no, they hold office for 4 years, and they will not be reappointed again. Okay, these are all some of the basic points about monetary policy committee members. RBI chairman will be the ex officio chair of this monetary policy committee. He will head the committee. RBI governor. Okay, RBI governor will head. See, the previous committee setup was there was 5 members, and all the 5 members are from RBI. And in the previous setup, no, if there is a decision is taken by the 5 members, no, and if the if a particular decision has to be taken, for example, if the cash reserve ratio is to be 5%, okay, and there are 3 people, and there are among the 5 people, 3 people are saying it should be 5%, but the governor thinks that it should not be 5%. So the governor could veto in the previous setup. Okay, the governor has veto power, but at the present setup, no, the governor do not have veto power. He could only vote like the 6 members, and if there is a tie, he could cast the vote. Okay, governor is part of the 6 member. He will cast vote during like any other member. If there is 3-3 like that, no, in such a case he could cast the vote to for any one of side, so that that side will have a majority. In case of tie only, he could cast the vote. So now he don't have the veto power. Like if a decision is made by for 3 or 4 people, no, he cannot veto. So at the monetary policy committee 2016, after RBI governor do not have veto power. Previously he had veto power in his session. Okay, please remember this point. And no government official will be nominated to the monetary policy committee. The 3 members who are appointed, no, they are not government members. They are from experts from they are selected from experts by some method. Okay, this setup of monetary policy committee was suggested by the Urjit Patel committee. Please remember that point also. So as I said earlier, no, decision will be taken by the majority vote, with each member having a vote, and RBI governor will chair the committee, and the governor will not enjoy the veto power, but he could cast the vote. Okay, in case of a tie. Okay. So this is set up based on the monetary policy framework of government. Okay, in fact the monetary policy committee itself came during this time. See the what is monetary policy framework? See, in 2015 the government made an agreement with RBI and gave a target to RBI for inflation. It gave inflation targeting by an agreement. This was agreed by both RBI and Government of India. That is called monetary policy framework. The monetary policy framework of the RBI should be based on this. That is, the economy should have 4% inflation with plus or minus 2. Okay, the 4% is the inflation rate of an economy. It should be the inflation rate of economy. It could go either 2% higher or 2% lower. That is, between 2 to 6% only the inflation should be there. That is the target given by Government of India to the RBI. Okay, between 2 to 6%. If the RBI fails to achieve, if suppose the inflation rate in the economy is above 6%, or if it is below 2%, both the time the RBI has to answer to the government why it is so. Okay. uh, and all RBI also publishes a report for every 6 months saying what is the inflation and regarding inflation, okay, in detail. Okay, suppose if the inflation increases above 6% or decreases below 2%, it has to answer the government why it is so. Okay, this is the monetary policy framework, and based on this framework only the RBI's monetary policy will be there. So they have to keep in mind the inflation. Okay, and this inflation target was announced by government from will be announced by government from time to time for 5 year period. So between 2016 and 2021 this present setup is here. Okay, at present this setup 2016 to 2000 we are in the 2020 no. So 4% plus or minus 2%, that is 2% to 6%, that is will be the range of inflation. At present we have crossed this mark, okay, due to this pandemic, COVID pandemic and economic slowdown. Okay, but RBI is working on it. Okay, so with this I end this lesson. I will give this lesson in two parts. In the second part, we will learn about the all the instruments of monetary policy. Okay, what are all the instruments? That is, I have given here. No, we will see all this in detail in the next lesson. Okay, part 2. Bye.